this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
He's still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan recently reacted to Manny Pacquiao's new training clips, and he's seriously impressed. At 46 years old, Pacquiao still moves like a much younger fighter. Rogan said it's unbelievable how fast and powerful he still is, calling it crazy that Pacquiao hasn't lost his edge even after all these years.
Not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Rogan believes Pacquiao is built different. He's not into trash talk or hyping up fights. He lets his performance do the talking. Even at 46, Pacquiao's discipline, speed, and power show why he's still dangerous in the ring. He's focused, humble, and still a threat.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just like,
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's.
I wish you the best.
Too.
Good luck in the fight.
Good luck.
The latest training video sparked even more buzz. In the short clip, Pacquiao is seen landing fast, sharp combos on the pads, moving with surprising speed. His rhythm and footwork look familiar, reminding fans of the explosive style that once dominated boxing. Even now, that spark is still there. Joe Rogan has long admired Pacquiao's legendary career. He's amazed by Pacquiao's record of winning titles in 8 weight classes, something no one else has done. Rogan often praises his power and endurance, especially the strength in his legs. He once said Pacquiao's legs were like tanks, helping him dominate in every division.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao, man.
Oh yeah,
Destroy
Manny Pacquiao. He
fucking just
won world
destroyed.
titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to him. It was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
it's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before than when it did. You know.
Well, it also took place when Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
Rogan also wondered what would have happened if Pacquiao and Mayweather had fought during their prime. He thinks it would have blown up the internet and been one of the biggest events in boxing history. For Rogan, Pacquiao isn't just a great fighter, he's a global icon whose influence goes beyond boxing.
Some great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that.
And he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight. Yeah. He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Boxing analyst Ryan Campbell also shared his take on Pacquiao's comeback at 46. He pointed out that fighting a younger, stronger opponent like Mario Barrios is a huge challenge. But he compared it to George Foreman's famous comeback, saying, "Boxing has a way of surprising us. Sometimes legends deliver one last great performance."
Only 8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC, he's going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those 2 dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion, Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Campbell looked at Pacquiao's current skills. He admits Pacquiao isn't what he used to be, but his hand speed and footwork are still impressive. While his explosiveness has faded, he still has enough tools to outclass many average welterweights. Some fans believe his experience and ring IQ might be enough. Others worry about the long layoff in his last fight, which showed clear signs of decline.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
There's talk that the Barrios fight is just the beginning. Some believe Pacquiao is planning a bigger comeback, possibly setting up a mega fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Many think Barrios was picked because he's beatable, giving Pacquiao a chance to build momentum and hype for something bigger.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
Next, cry me a river, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year, so he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who they know.
One of the most meaningful aspects of Pacquiao's comeback is his pursuit of the WBC welterweight title, the same organization that awarded him his first world championship early in his career. This full-circle journey adds a poetic layer to the narrative, highlighting not just a fight, but a quest to reclaim a belt that helped launch his global fame.
Boxing Doctor News told Onto Your Gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
One powerful piece of this story is Pacquiao's quest to win the WBC welterweight belt again, the same title he first won early in his career. If he pulls it off, it would be a full circle moment, symbolizing not just another fight, but a return to where his global fame began.
On Manny Pacquiao to do some any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao will be the guy, and that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably. All right, Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. All right. I do, and like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that.
Despite his age, many believe Pacquiao can still beat Barrios. His legendary record, filled with wins over top fighters, gives fans hope that he still has something left. A win here wouldn't just boost his legacy, it would silence critics who doubt if he still belongs on the elite stage.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Petirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis. That'll be up to them. But I do know one thing about Mario Barrios.